Hey there, the moon has gone into Capricorn as we head into the final days of the current Capricorn moon cycle. Let's take a look at some of the soul lessons of Capricorn now that we've had a almost full cycle working with these energies. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Tuesday, February 6th, and the moon is waning, meaning it's getting smaller, heading into Friday's new moon. And I did give an overview of the week on Sunday's video from February 4th, just giving you a little bit of a heads up on what to expect as we head into the Aquarius new moon on Friday. So Capricorn is the last sign before Aquarius. The moon now in Capricorn has come full circle from where it began the current moon cycle back on January 11th. So Capricorn is a serious sign. It is the sign of responsibility and hard work and battening down the hatches and hunkering down to make do with what you have. But it is also the sign of how we implement, how we put things into new systems, new structures, lay the foundations of what we want to create. So it's really an opportunity to look at the ways of operating that we have been using based on systems of the past that we put in place because Capricorn is about lasting structures. So, of course, we're relying on the systems of the past. On the other hand, those systems from the past over time become old. they start to become more rigid and brittle. So they aren't as strong, they aren't as flexible, as adaptable, as deeply rooted as perhaps we need them to be. So, thinking about the past month with this current Capricorn moon cycle, and it's only the Capricorn moon cycle because it began with a Capricorn new moon. So, meaning that that theme, that quality carries throughout the entire moon cycle from the last new moon until the next new moon. So, with the moon currently in Capricorn, we're kind of bringing completion. We're coming full circle. We're reviewing and returning to where we began with an opportunity to look at the work we've been doing, the ways we've been looking deeply at the foundations we are standing upon, and what that means for us going forward. So, do we need to reinforce or or create stronger structures for ourselves to be able to stand on going forward? Where do we need to reinforce or rebuild or build something new, something stronger for ourselves going forward? So we've been going deep into those foundations and looking at what it means to shore up our systems and prepare for going forward. So the soul lessons of Capricorn have us moving from those old systems that are becoming less flexible, less adaptable. Maybe we're following rules, but we don't really remember why we're following those rules, right? Maybe we have this sense of like having to do things a certain way or control things in a certain way without really reflecting on why we're doing it that way. Why do we do it that way? Is it time to revisit the foundations of how we have created the rules, or why we do things the way we do, or how we are controlling the things in our daily lives? In other words, like, it can be anything from how you do your routines and just questioning yourself, like, why do I do it that way? Do I need to do it that way? Do I want to keep doing it that way? Maybe I want to create a new system. Maybe I want to do it differently. It could be daily routine, it could be a project you're working on, just asking yourself, is that really the best way to carry out the steps of this project? Do we want to have a different system? Do we want to have a different way of communicating if it's multiple people working on a project together? Do we want to think about some of the things we are relying on, the resources, the references, what are the systems we're using and relying on to create that going forward? And then of course, how do we want to do it? How can we make those systems work better for us so that we're moving from that sense of being in control, in other words, being able to contain everything and follow the rules and do things the way we're supposed to actually being more productive because we're reflecting on why those rules are in place, why we're doing things the way we're doing them, and how we might do them differently in order to bring about even better results or an even better outcome. So think about that final thing that you're going for, the goal, the objective, and how you can get your systems in place to optimize that. And so that's essentially what we've been looking at and working on in some form throughout the past month. So kind of looking back at what is the work you've been doing? What have you learned? What are you doing differently now or thinking about differently now? And how do you want to just acknowledge and reinforce that going forward to really make the most of those soul lessons of Capricorn? So Capricorn really is inviting us to be creative, productive, effective, right? Capricorn is really thinking about what is the end goal you're trying to create, and are the things you're doing keeping you on track to get there? All right, so I am Marina Orms, and you can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. A little bit late getting today's video out, but we should be back on track here. I've been working hard on some back end stuff, so I'll have more to share with you on that soon. And thanks so much for being here. Hit the subscribe button if you are enjoying these videos. And I'll be back with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.